Wait, you're telling me that a group of women who went on an app and blew up a bunch of men's privacy are having their privacy blown up? Oh no. What's that? What's that? Oh yeah, that's the scent of justice. That's what that is. I mean, look, I get it, but around and find out. Like this was a dumb thing to do. Anger
Yep.
is like reaching into a pile of hot coals to throw them at the other person. You may or may not hit them, but you're gonna burn them out of yourself, I promise. The best revenge is living well. Ladies, gentlemen, the best revenge is living well. Trust me, I divorce people for a living. You know what my ex-girlfriends are doing right now? I don't care. I hope they're happy, but I don't care. Live your life. Don't think about them at all. This T app is basically just a way for people to get up and get angry at exes. That's all it's going to be. Because all you're going to do is post the guy you're dating, and then a bunch of his exes or her friends are going to come out and say, oh, he's the worst person in the whole wide world. Because guess what? When people tell you their life story, they're almost always the hero of the story when they tell it. Okay. And their exes are almost always the villain. So be grown up enough to realize this is garbage. But you know what? Listen, it really is the classic F around and find out. Because if you put your private information on a website for the purpose of essentially blowing up other people's private information across the world, you deserve every single doxing that's going to come from that.
As the saying goes, turnabout is fair play. In case you don't know what the heck I'm talking about, the T app had got hacked and doxed. So it seems like the universe decided to give these ladies a little bit of karmic justice, do unto others as you would have them to do unto you. This time, no glass houses included.
Download too. You can literally look up so many things.
It was marketed as an app for women to talk safely and anonymously about the men they're dating.
Just download the T app, type in his name, and you can literally see if he has red flags or green flags.
Now it's a nationwide security nightmare.
What are we doing about the T app leak? Like, this is not okay.
The T app announcing a massive data breach to their systems last week. Roughly 72,000 images, including 13,000 verification selfies and images of government IDs, have been leaked online.
Boy, oh boy.
The company adding today some private direct messages were also accessed in the breach, and they have since disabled that function.
Unfortunately, the T app was not secured the way that it was supposed to. They didn't encrypt or protect that data.
T says, quote, during our early stages of development,
Hold on, so they talked these ladies into going ahead and exposing all this information of themselves, right? With the promise of anonymity, but didn't do their part to make sure they can carry out. Oh man, that's crazy.
some legacy content was not migrated into our new fortified system. An unauthorized actor accessed our identifier link where data was stored before February 24th, 2024. Launched in 2023, the app was advertised as a safe space for women to find out more information about the men they're dating.
That allegedly they didn't securely put measures in place for safe space.
By comparing notes with other women and offering self-described dating safety tools like background checks, sex offender and criminal record searches, and catfish image searches.
All you have to do is drop in his name into T's criminal record search.
The T community had more than 4 million users, exploding in recent weeks, surging to the #1 spot in the Apple App Store. But now, troves of personal information of some of those users available for anyone to see online. A Google map that allegedly shows the addresses of users, as well as a website called T-Spill that allows anyone to rate the leaked selfie of T-app users.
Crazy. In my opinion, I think they could have avoided this if they would have just, made it fair. Made it to where if you're gonna make these accusations against men, get all into these men's background, that you might want to go ahead and, show your face. So that way you can be held accountable if it's true. I get the purpose was originally to, look out for women and protect women. But to do that in the way that they went about it would mean you would have to assume that all women are innocent. And right there, that's a bad premise to start on because let's be honest, deception, ill intent can come from both genders. But let's go.
Just racking my brain, feeling anxiety about oh my gosh, like my information might be leaked out there.
This TikToker,
Yeah.
instead of using her real name, prefers to go by her username, person with job, has used the T app for about 6 months.
For the record, you goofy. We can still see your face. anonymous or not, we can still see your face. But okay.
It was really to just quickly search who I was matching with on dating apps.
But now she's concerned her information could be out there too.
There's a lot of trust that has been lost through this whole experience.
T says the breach only affects users who signed up before February 2024, and they have, quote, engaged third-party cybersecurity experts and are working around the clock to secure their systems.
When a data breach like this happens, it really is scary for the users because you can't just go and change your address. That's where you live, and there's a physical security risk there.
The T app now desperately trying to contain this.
True, but did you take into account, once again, the damage to the men's reputation? The damage to the men's reputation. And like I said before, what could have avoided all of this, or potentially have avoided all this, is if you would have made it available to where the men can come on and contest the situation. Think about this. You know what? We'll talk about that in a second. Let's go.
Sensitive spill of information.
Now, if you are watching and you're among those impacted, we asked our expert who told us there are 3 things that you should do immediately. The first, freeze your credit. The second, lock down any information from data brokerage sites. You can do that individually. You can request your information to be taken down, or you can pay a data breach removal tool to do it for you. And lastly, make sure you are using long, random, unique passwords that you are changing frequently. But of course, Tom, make sure you keep track of all those passwords.
The universe has a way of balancing things out. Now, I'm not trying to get all spooky with you, but this is what I've noticed in my everyday life. The universe has a way of balancing things out. And you can't, put too much pressure on one side without expecting there to be pushback. If you want to hold men accountable, fine. I don't think any reasonable person would have a problem with that. But then you also have to make it to where the men at least have a chance to speak up for themselves. And the women have to be held accountable for what they put out there. No, throw a stone and hide your hand. And that's pretty much what this website was allowing people to be able to do. And as we already know, ultimately, some women ended up lying on men, tarnishing their reputation. And how do they get any recourse? It's like going to trial without being able to see the people who are, witnessing against you, and then having the court of public opinion, form a narrative, and you don't have a chance to speak. That's cold-blooded. It's not right. And in my opinion, that's the reason why this happened. Could have been avoided, man. But anyway, I must admit, turnabout is fair play. You can't cry, can't cry foul or cry wolf when someone turns around and does to you what you've done to them. Just my 2 cents.